If you've clicked on this video today, you're either living a minimalist lifestyle or you're interested. So follow along with me and I'll give you 10 ways to live a minimalist lifestyle. Now, before I get into my 10 ways I like to live a more minimalist lifestyle, I like to start off with that minimalism is so unique from person to person. How much we own and how much we want can be so different. Some people take it from one end of the scale to the other. So minimalism for me is I still keep special things. I've still got my kids' baby clothes. I've got all their artwork that they've done, all the special pieces. But what I've done is I've just culled everything down into a place where I feel like my life feels that I'm not tripping over and falling over things every single day. So everyone's way of a minimalist life is going to be so unique and so different. So follow these 10 tips and take your own little twist on it and keep going along this journey until you feel like your home and your life feels free and wonderful. I feel like that's what minimalism is really all about. Living a more free lifestyle, feeling like you can think more clearly in your own space without feeling like you've got clutter and mess taking over your whole life. All right, so let's get into the first one for today. So number one, most importantly, changing all your paper mail to email. So getting all your bank statements emailed to you. There's also the safety side of that. It's so much safer to receive them all in your email instead of getting them in the mail anyway as a paper envelope. I still get some things from time to time, and then I just call up the facility or whichever business it is and just see if I can get that changed to an email version. That way we're also helping the environment and you're also stopping that paper trail within your home. So tip number 2 is think before you buy any item. Sit on it, think about it, look through your house, see if you have an alternative that can be used for that item. See if you can borrow that item if it's something you're only using once or twice and you won't be using again. And then think about that purchase. Look at the prices, shop around. Don't just go, oh, I need to go buy this and go buy it straight away. What if you have it around your house? What if you're on your minimalism journey and you have 2 or 3 of them already? What if it's just something that you're using once or twice? I don't know. You've got a hedge out the back and you need a hedge clipper, but it doesn't need to be done very often. Can you borrow it off someone? Maybe you only need to borrow it twice a year. Is this an item that you really need to purchase? So I think that's a really way to save money as well and to be a minimalist. So just making sure that you're not adding more items into your home, which gives that feeling of feeling like, you're overwhelmed and you've got too many things going on in your life to worry about. So let's try and be mindful of those items, search around, shop around, sit on it, think about it, see if you can borrow it, see if you've already got it, and then take that from there. So tip number 3 is budgeting. So budgeting is going to help you live a minimalist lifestyle because you know where your money is going, which prevents you buying more items that, adds to the opposite of being a minimalist. It just adds to clutter. It adds to more things that you don't need. So budgeting and watching where your money goes helps you live a more minimalist lifestyle by avoiding on overbuying and spending those things that we just don't need and don't really want. So that way your minimalist journey will be a lot easier to maintain and work through all your items and live a more clutter-free lifestyle. So number 4 is selling on your items. So if you're decluttering your house to live a minimalist lifestyle, another way that you could work through those items is by selling them. Look on Facebook Marketplace, see if there's any pin boards in your local supermarket. You can put those items up, sell those items on. That way you're also making a profit for yourself on those items that you've overbought on in the past, and then you're able to save that money for yourself to have experiences in your life, which I feel like is the ideal way of a minimalist lifestyle, is by having less items and being able to experience life a lot more. Don't forget, time is money and money is time. So let's sell on those items and see how we can declutter our home in a more cost-effective and way that really helps us in our future for ourselves. Okay, so tip number 5. So living a minimalist lifestyle isn't just doing one cleanup and that lifestyle works like that forever. It is also doing regular declutters. So I actually have a list that I follow, and I go through this little decluttering list. I got it with my yearly diary. So I go through this declutter list and I check through all the drawers, all the cupboards, fridges, and I just find this checklist is really helpful. That way I'm able to go through and declutter my home on a regular basis. I sort of like to start at the beginning and go right to the end. And then once I'm finished, I give myself a couple of weeks break and then I start again. That way I'm always maintaining that minimalist lifestyle by making sure I don't accumulate more items and feel overwhelmed. There was a time where I had so much in my home, I literally had to tear one room apart at a time. And let me tell you, it was a process. But the way I felt at the end was a feeling that I will never forget. So decluttering your home regularly once you have caught up from that initial declutter is so important. And as I declutter each time, I do find items that I did and about in the previous declutter. So then it's given me a little bit of time to think. Just like how I like to think about my purchases, I do like to think about things that I will also declutter and get rid of in my home. So making decisions lightly isn't really something that I like. I like to put a little bit of thought into it. So sometimes there'll be items from the last declutter that go in the next one, but I'm happy with that decision and it sits in my mind a lot better. Okay, so tip number 6 for a minimalist lifestyle is building a capsule wardrobe. I just feel like it takes the stress out of life. So my capsule wardrobe has quite a lot of neutral colors. So a lot of neutral colors, some denim, and then I've got like 1 or 2 or 3 colors just so then, life isn't so boring. But the reason I don't get too many colors is I don't like to have to think about what I'm putting on each day. I just sort of get up, get dressed. I know it's all sort of going to go together because they're all neutral colors, but don't get me wrong, if I have a special occasion, I love to get myself a nice, bright, colorful dress, and I definitely re-wear that dress again. So I think having a capsule wardrobe, it really takes the fuss out of having too many items in your wardrobe to start off with, and also makes life a little bit more simple when you're getting ready each day, which adds to that beautiful, amazing minimalist lifestyle that I have created for myself. Tip number 7. Just have a home for everything in your home. That way you know where it's going to go. You're not sitting things on the counter, on the bed, on the floor. It has a home. You take your dirty clothes off, put it in the dirty washing basket. You come home from the shops, get your keys, put them in the key drawer. You're dusting the house, you use your duster. Get that duster, walk it right back to where it goes once you're finished with it. Don't just leave it laying on the floor or on the side, and then that just adds to more clutter. It makes you feel yuck. It makes you feel overwhelmed. And honestly, next time someone else goes to find it in the house, they don't know where it is. So I think that really goes into tip number 8 as well, which is the 1-touch rule. You touch it, put it back. Just put it back. You don't want to be touching things 2 or 3, 4, 5 times. It gives you more time in your life as well. So like I said, with that feather duster, you're dusting the house. You don't want to go put it down and then you walk up and go, oh, I forgot to put that away. You pick it up and then you walk to somewhere else. You get distracted again. Oh, I forgot to put it away. There's like a whole minute of your time gone. Whereas you could have just walked it back 5 seconds in the cupboard, get on with your day. It's a minimalist tip that I absolutely love. Just that 1-touch rule, having a home for everything. It just makes life so much easier. But I will say it takes practice. So once you start practicing, build those habits, you'll get used to it and you'll never look back. You won't even actually think that you're doing it because it just becomes part of who you are. Tip number 9 in 10 ways to live a minimalist lifestyle is a digital clean. So making sure you just delete emails, delete apps, delete anything as you go on your phone. Maybe you can dedicate, 5 minutes a day just where you check everything. Sometimes I do it at the end of my lunch or the beginning of my lunch or when I'm having my coffee in the morning, decaf, of course. Just make sure that you go through your phone and just sort of mark off anything that you don't need. That way then it's not building up on you. I think that's just, again, the whole idea of a minimalist lifestyle is having a decluttered life within every aspect of your world. So just making sure you delete things as you go, any photos you took or screenshots that aren't needed anymore, get rid of those, and that way you just feel more clear, you know where everything is, and everything is running in your favor for your life. So I do love that one. Digital clean as you go. Finally, tip number 10 is always write a grocery list. So that way you're not grabbing extra items that may just sit in your cupboard or your fridge. They might go in the bin, which is a waste of money. They might just sit there in your cupboard, you know, tins of that spaghetti that no one ended up eating. So just go off your list of what everyone's going to be eating that day or the next few days or that week. I really like to do a weekly grocery shop. I found it's working so well for my family. We write down all our meals. We only buy the ingredients for that. And that way there is actually no extras in the cupboard. I do always keep things like tinned tuna and microwave rice and some baked beans as little backups to have in my food cupboard, but I know that they get eaten. They will get eaten as an emergency backup sort of, you know, staple in the cupboard that I don't mind having there. I like to just stick to my shopping list. I don't even like to look for specials at the supermarket. I like to just buy what I need no matter what the price of that item is, because I feel like nutrition is such an important part of our health, and living a minimalist lifestyle is the point is we just want to feel good. You want to feel good from the inside out. You want to feel good in your home. You want to feel healthy. You want to feel mentally, you know, clear. So buy the food that you need to meet your health goals, and that way then you're living a good lifestyle. Thanks for following along today and watching my video on 10 ways to live a minimalist lifestyle. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really enjoy giving content about lifestyle, so everything ranges from finance to lifestyle to health. So please follow along, and if you like my video, please comment below any other tips that you have for living your minimalist lifestyle. So thanks guys, bye.